Do you use a jade roller? Well, if you do, and even if you don't, you're going to want to stick around for today's video because we're talking about what it is, why it's important that we use one, and why quality matters when buying one. Hi, everyone. I'm here with Jennifer Oy, an entrepreneur and the founder of Happy Natural Products. Welcome to our show, Jennifer.
Hi, Andrea. Thank you so much for having me.
Okay, let's start with jade rollers. What is it? Why, I have the device in front of me, but I think it's important to define what it is and then talk about why we should be using it.
Sure. Well, these are tools from traditional Chinese medicine. I actually grew up watching my grandmother using these. So this is the standard one that you would see, which is the jade roller, and which has been around for thousands of centuries. And these were a little bit of a secret in ancient China, where it was only the emperor and the royal courts that were using it. And so traditionally, they're made out of jade. So as we have progressed along in its modern times, we have different stones where it comes in something like a rose quartz or what you have, which is the opalite, and we also have the obsidian, which is black. And it is something that we use every day in our life to bring out what is inside of us, because beauty is something that we always talk about in Happy Natural Products. It's something that comes from within and it's not external. So this is a natural way of lifting and adding radiance and brightness back into your skin, and as well as a healing tool for other ailments.
It's used to massage our face, right? So we use it on our face, just to be clear, we use it on our face, and it's used to massage as a lymphatic drainage.
Yes.
Does it have anti-wrinkle benefits as well? Like why do we want to be massaging our face on a regular basis?
Well, we want to be massaging our face just so that we can move around some of the stagnant energy that we have in our face, which is called the qi. And as well, we want to make sure that a lot of the blood flow and circulation is not stagnant on the face, so that it is always giving us that little bit of a life force and brightness to the face. And as well, also the tightness. We carry so much tightness in our face, especially during work and especially during these times that are happening right now. We have so much pressure, so much stress that our face shows in terms of the tiredness, and then the it just feels very down. So it helps to lift things up, and as well just circulate the oxygen back into the face and into the cells.
Can you show us really quickly how it's done? Now, I have one of yours in front of me right here, and I know there's different sizes. This one happens to have a bigger stone here, and then this one has like a jagged edge, which is really cool. And I know that, yeah, exactly. So you have different sizes on you. So the little one, right? So on the other one, so that one goes under the eyes, right? Can you show us how to do it?
Sure. So what we have here is two different kinds. So I'm going to start with this one, which is our classic roller. So our classic happy roller comes with this small stone and the big stone, and they're both smooth. So the function of this smaller stone is to work in areas where it's more delicate and has more crevices. So around the nose, around here, especially the eyes. I love to use this in the morning when my eyes are puffy, and maybe I didn't get a good night's sleep, or I had too much salt the night before. And what it does is it helps to move that liquid out and give you that nice firm look with your eyes. And then I'm going to move over to this one. This is actually my favorite. If you can see, there's a jagged edge and there's a smooth edge. So I've developed this one so that you can get the best of both worlds, because as you see, the smooth end gives you that smoothness. But however, that jagged edge gives you that extra little bit of touch of acupressure. So when you're moving it, so I would go back and forth with the jagged edge. I would always start with the neck, just so we can open these channels up.
I'm going to do it with you. So you're basically, okay, so you're basically going, and this is only with the jagged edge one that you would do this?
Only with the jagged edge, because what we want to do is work on those acupressure points and just kind of wake up that area underneath the fascia, so that you work and revive the muscles that are underneath. So you start with that. And you can also go over the mouth and in here. So what we're missing now is that smaller stone, right? But then you can still use this smooth stone after. So you do one side of the face and the other. And then with the smooth head, you would go from the middle. We'll start here. Go down to the clavicle. So the drainage points are here in the clavicle, and also here by the ears. So those are my key points to where I would like to move that lymphatic drainage towards. So with the jaw, you move this way. So the stone is one direction. Move this way, and then move this way. And that's how you get. So if I can actually see a little bit of a difference now. So it's a little bit toned and more contoured and firmer. So that's what it is. And it feels just really nice. And then as well, it really helps with TMJ, especially when you have that tight jaw clench that you want to really help to de-stress and relax. We can also use it for migraines. So these points here also help with acupressure points all over the body. So this is the point over here that would help with migraines. I would also use this for a good night's sleep. So jagged edge again, 3 times, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 3 times around the head. If you can't get a good night's sleep, that will really help. I also had problems with inflammation with my fingers right after I had my first child, and it was very uncomfortable. So I was having drugs and such just to get rid of the inflammation that were in my joints. And then I went to my mom's acupuncturist, and what he did was he found this point over here, did it for about 20 seconds. So he's a professional. So what he did was he did it so much that it bruised. So it's very much like a gua sha treatment, which is also another modality in traditional Chinese medicine. And I haven't had the issue with my inflammation in my joints.
So it's like it's a pressure point behind your elbow. So again, so seeing an acupuncturist is actually great advice.
Yeah.
And to really, I love acupuncture.
To really mix up and utilize all that beautiful ancient traditional healing and bring it to what we are doing right now. Because in our lives, we have so many chemicals and such that we have been ingesting, even not when we're eating, just things that we have in our lives. So it's nice to have that natural way of bringing back that self-care into our own lives. And as well, you also asked about wrinkles. So the jagged edge also help.
We want to know that.
Yeah. So we would go back and forth in spots that you would find that there are wrinkles, so that it helps move around that the fascia and the liquids that are around there to help to bring back that plumpness and the collagen back up, so that we also help to reduce our wrinkle lines.
How long does it take to go through your morning routine? And do we do it in the morning, or can we do it any time of the day?
You know, I split it. It's basically how much time you have on your own. So that's the beauty of it. This does not dictate your timing. You dictate the timing for this. So if you have 2 minutes in the morning, just do a quick, I have a meeting, I have a Zoom call with Andrea to get rid of my bag. So you can do it for about 2 minutes. And then at night, I've had people watch soap operas, seniors watch soap operas and just do it for an hour because they find it so relaxing. It's really up to you. So for 1 minute, or 5 minutes, that's fine. The key is to do it with some frequency. And I know it's very difficult. So daily is nice to do if you want to do it morning and night. Or if you could, just do it once or twice a week. Just whatever you feel like that you need to give you something. That helps,
yeah. And so it really does work, though. And I think that was one of the questions that we had was, does this work to make a difference in our appearance? And the answer, and also I guess in lymphatic drainage and massage. So the answer is yes, right?
So it's more than one thing. It's not just about external. It's just working on everything else inside of you to keep your body in balance. The story that I always say is my grandmother, during the war, and she also had 9 children to take care of. And this was what she used to take care of herself. And she was absolutely gorgeous with porcelain skin. I don't even think she had wrinkles until she was 80. So yeah, she had beautiful
that's
skin.
amazing.
And she didn't even have time. She doesn't have time to go. She didn't have time to go to the spa or anything. This was what she used.
Now, how much are jade rollers?
Well, with jade rollers, the price ranges go quite varied because there's so many variations in terms of quality. So you can go online and find them for $10 or at a department store for $10 and all the way up to, I've seen them go up to $80 to more than $100. So there are a lot of things that we want to look for when we are looking for jade roller. With the price variation, there is always going to be quality variation. So this is part of the reason why I ended up coming on board and doing this because I had a friend who owned a spa and I knew that this was a tool that my grandmother used. So it was years ago when I was a child. But then there were just so many that were breaking apart. So like literally you would be, there would be noises, it would be wobbling, it would be grinding. So with the grinding, the metal part here would be eating into the stone, producing this white powder every time you used it. And so with the mix of the white powder, you know what I forgot to say, use it on a clean face. apply some serum or moisturizer to help with the glide. So don't do it on dry skin. So do it on clean skin with your moisturizer, eye cream, and serum. So you use just whatever products that you are comfortable with that works with your skin, and that's what the beauty of it is. And then with the grinding itself, so you have a mix of your dead skin cells, you have a mix of the serums and the oils that build up over time, it'll build black gunk. So you just want to make sure that when you purchase it, that it has a nice smooth roll. So ours has a nice smooth roll and it's silent on both sides. We have a silicone stopper on each side to help with keeping it silent and keeping it in a smooth roll. So I always say, so people say, what's the deal with the squeaking and the wobbling? I always relate it back to a car. If your car rattles, if your car squeaks and has sounds that are not supposed to happen, eventually it'll break down because something is not working and something is not alive. So that's what it is. I also, some of the things that we also do is look for the handle, which has a chubby, I call it a chubby handle, because it gives you more grip. There are a lot that are just straight on. And I find because this is so fragile that it's easy to break. So look for something with weights. Look for something that has that curved handle. And as well for ourselves, what we do is we have a one-piece construction with our frames. And the reason being it's a one-piece construction, so it's from these prongs going into the frame, is so that they're always aligned in the same spot. Other manufacturers, what they do is they do it in 3 spots. So when it's done in 3 spots, it's never going to be aligned. So that's when you get the squeaking and the wobbling, and it'll eventually fall apart. We also make sure that all our edges here are finished. I've had ones where they are very sharp, so when you're touching it and you can cut yourself. So I've seen those. We do things that you don't see. So the finishing here, our prongs are also finished here and rounded off. The other thing is, another thing that you don't see that we do is we make sure that when we have these parts put together, it's standing about half a day, half of 12 hours on each side, because what other manufacturers do is they put it together and then throw it into heat, So what happens when it throws it into heat? Again, the misalignment and then and such. So again, look for something with heft on the handle, a smooth roll, that it doesn't squeak and that it doesn't rattle off the box. Yeah, and as well, the genuine stones. So go for something that you know the product, you know the brand, because there are, I've seen some that are plastic and glass.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about these stones. What are the benefits of using the genuine stones?
Well, the genuine stones is, first of all, I think if you're going to do something like this, I wouldn't go with plastic, because the whole point of this is just the whole experience of it. So with Jade, it keeps the coolness, and that's something you want to keep as throughout when you're doing your regimen for your face. And then there's also rose quartz, which is the next popular thing because it's absolutely beautiful. And that's when we get into the metaphysical parts. It also keeps it nice and cool, but then people love it because this is part of the heart chakra, and it's feelings of love and feelings of belongingness, whereas with Jade, it's health and wealth. And the one that you have, opalite, is for clarity and for self-esteem. And then I have the black one here. I don't know if I can carry it.
The onyx?
Yeah, the obsidian. That is to deflect negativity. So that's been doing well for us this time of the year because there are a lot of negative things happening. So yeah.
How many different stones do you have in your line?
So for my line, I have 5 different stones. I have a jade, green aventurine, opalite, rose quartz, and did I say 5? And, yeah.
The obsidian, the black.
Yeah, the obsidian.
Obsidian. It's very cool. And then is it only yours that has this jagged edge?
There are other ones with jagged edges too. We make sure that our jagged edges are clean and that some of them can be make sure that it's not chipped and such. So we make sure that it's nice and smooth and clear. But we're the only ones that come in the 4 stones: the pink rose quartz, the green aventurine, the white opalite, and the black obsidian.
How do you wash them? So let's talk about cleaning them after we use them.
What I do is I use a cloth. So I don't run this under water itself because I don't want the water to build up into the frame itself. So I would get a clean cloth for the first run, put some mild detergent in it, like dish detergent, very mild, and then wring it out, wipe it, and then wash that cloth again with water, and then wipe it off. do that with every single time, because there's going to be buildup when you're using your creams and your serums, and such. You do that every time. So it's just a mild cleaning of the cloth, and then leave it to dry on the sink on the counter.
Is there anything that you would like to share with our viewers that we didn't talk about today?
I think what I wanted to share is that really, truly, it's what you make out of it in terms of the Jade roller products, in terms of what you want to get out of it. Do you want to get more healing out of it? Do you want to get more radiant skin out of it? Or is this just something that you want to do for yourself? Because there's so many things happening in our lives that we don't get time to do for ourselves. So all of those three things can really help. And it's dictated by you, what you want to do. This is something that you control. It's in your hands. And at the end of the day, you end up being beautiful on the outside, but really you've always been beautiful inside.
That was very well said.
Thank you.
You're all beautiful on the inside as well as the outside.
Right?
So I love
that.
Now, Jennifer, I'm going to put you on the spot, and I didn't kind of tell you this, but you have the most beautiful voice.
Oh no.
And Jennifer is a singer, professional singer, and her voice is just outstanding. Is there anything that you could do, just like a quick, something that we could, you could take us to end the video with?
Oh my gosh. I'll do opera. This is a song, an aria from one of my favorite operas, Porgy and Bess, and it's called Summertime. So hush, little baby, don't you cry.
Oh my gosh, I have like chills. Wow, it's so beautiful. Your voice is
practicing. Oh my gosh, you put me on the spot.
I know, I did put you on the spot, but that was actually really beautiful. Thank you for doing that and for being so easygoing and going with the flow for our interview. I love it. Jennifer, where can people find out more about Happy Natural products?
Our beautiful rollers can be found in health and wellness stores. And as well, you can also find more information from our website at www.happynaturalproducts.com.
Thank you so much, Jennifer. And you are beautiful inside and out. So thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.
Now that was a really informative video. I'm going to be using my roller every single morning to help plump up my skin. If you enjoyed what Jennifer said today and you got some value, please give us a big thumbs up. And please make sure to share our video, because the more you share shows you care. And please hit that notification bell so that you're notified every single time we have a new video. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you next time.